This is Pet Life Radio. Let's talk pets.
Hey, cat lovers. Welcome to 9 Lives with Dr. Cat. I'm your host, Dr. Catherine Prim, and I'm a small animal veterinarian and cat lover. Today, I have a unique guest with me. Tabitha Kucera is a licensed veterinary technician, and she has a special interest in animal behavior. So we're going to talk about ways to raise a happy and healthy kitten and sort of touch on something kind of interesting and fun called Kitten Kindergarten. So we'll be right back with Tabitha after a quick break.
Molly, here's your dinner. Zeus, that's not your food.
Don't let that happen to your precious cat. Elevate your cat's eating experience with the Cat Tree Tray. The Cat Tree Tray keeps your cat's food off the floor and conveniently located on the cat tree. It's the perfect way to eat. It's a beautiful wrought iron tray that easily attaches to your cat tree and keeps dogs and other critters out of your cat's dish. A must for multi-pet households. There's a 6-inch tray for large bowls and a 4-inch tray for smaller bowls. Purchase your Cat Tree Tray today. Go right now to cattreetray.com. That's cattreetray.com. CATTREETRAY.com.
Let's Talk Pets on PetLifeRadio.com.
Hey, welcome back to 9 Lives with Dr. Cat on Pet Life Radio. So I'm excited today to welcome Tabitha Kucera, LVT, to the show. Hi, Tabitha.
Hi, thanks for having me.
So I love kittens. Everybody loves kittens. And I think that you have some really good information to help my listeners who maybe have a kitten or are planning to get a kitten, help make that kitten well-adjusted and happy. So let's get started. What is Kitten Kindergarten?
So Kitten Kindergarten is something that unfortunately a lot of people haven't heard of, but we've all heard of puppy socialization classes. And Kitten Kindergarten are essentially kitten socialization classes. And socialization is the process of preparing your cat to enjoy interactions and be comfortable with animals, people, places, different environments. And Kitten Kindergarten are classes that help them become more comfortable with all those things.
So, like changes and different to teach your cat to be able to adapt to things. Is that what I'm understanding?
Yeah. So from the caregiver's perspective, we introduce the kitten to a lot of different stimuli. So cats, I have children in my classes, wheelchairs, everything you can think of so that they can learn that the things that they will encounter in their life are safe. And these experiences are 100% positive for the kitten, because some people understand the importance of, hey, I need to show my kitten, lots of different things, but the kitten is experiencing some signs of stress. And we really need to make sure that it's a happy, positive experience for them. And the kitten learns the process, the behavior and social skills needed to thrive in their environment as they age.
So let's come up with a scenario to help my listeners that maybe don't have a kitten yet. What do we know about what age we should get a kitten and all the things that we should do for that kitten at each age as it grows? Can you go through those steps for us?
So with Kitten Kindergarten, we tend to do those classes at between 7 and 14 weeks, but a key socialization period. So this is when they're learning, hey, my brother and sisters are cool. My mom is cool. I might be scared of something, but I recover really easily. That's from 2 to 7 weeks. So as soon as you get your kittens, you can start, no matter what the age, you can start socializing them and making different experiences more pleasant for them.
So do you think that if someone has a litter of kittens or if a rescue group has a litter of kittens, they could start some Kitten Kindergarten things really early? Would that help?
Yes, definitely. That's a wonderful idea. I work with a lot of rescues and fosters to teach them some socialization skills And they can start this in their shelter or even in their foster homes to help set these kittens up for success. So, for example, some of the things the kittens learn in Kitten Kindergarten is we teach them to happily accept nail trims, which makes a really big difference for their owners for the rest of their lives, because the kittens just happily go on their backs and get their nails trimmed, even as adults. We teach them how to happily accept medications, how to play with other kittens, what appropriate play is. And then the greatest thing about Kitten Kindergarten is we teach the clients what kittens need. So what they need to scratch, why they need to scratch, how to set up a litter box, for example, to prevent them from maybe missing it in the future. So we set up both the kitten, but also the caregiver to really set them up for success.
So if someone adopts a kitten and doesn't have the opportunity of Kitten Kindergarten, because you can only be in so many places, what are some things at the different ages that the owner themselves could expose the kitten to?
So you can expose the kitten, no matter what the age, to a lot of different positive stimuli. So for example, hey, I'm going to have a friend come over. I'm going to make sure that I have wand toys when they come in. And as soon as they come in, they can start playing with the kitten and giving the kitten treats, which helps the kitten experience these random people from what their perspective is as awesome. Like, yay, new people come, versus what a lot of cats do because they're not socialized is I'm going to hide under the bed when people come over because I'm fearful, which is okay to allow them to hide. But it would be great if they would be more comfortable and outgoing when people come over. So for example, hey, I'm going to have someone come over. I'm going to make sure that my kitten is experiencing positive body language because that's really important. We need to keep everything happy. And I'm going to have them give lots of treats and play with them. Or if I have a dog come over, a friend's dog, I'm going to bring a well-socialized dog over and maybe give that dog a Kong on a mat and then play with the kitten at a distance. So the kitten learns, hey, dogs aren't so bad. This is awesome.
So you're heading off some issues that could cause anxiety for cats in the future. So that makes a cat's life better. So I want all my listeners to understand that this investment during the socialization period for a kitten is really valuable for the whole life of the kitten.
Definitely. So unfortunately, the effects of poor socialization can result in, like I mentioned, cats who hide, fear other animals, cats who adapt slowly to new environments. So for example, you move, and something I commonly see as a cat behavior consultant is they begin to house soil because the changes are just too much and it's stressful. So they can't adapt to new things. And then also fear and aggression when it comes to handling at the vet. No one likes to see their cat stressed out. So with socialization, these cats are more likely to be able to handle those things better. And without socialization, these cats are more likely to become stressed or fearful. And when cats become stressed or fearful, that's when we commonly see a lot of behavioral issues that definitely clients don't want with their cats.
Right. I don't think that people realize that cats they form a lot of who they are during that socialization period. And that's why it matters. So if a cat just lives in your living room for its entire kittenhood and never sees anybody else, it's less likely to be a happy, healthy, well-adjusted cat. Would you not agree with that?
Definitely. And it's very similar to why so many cats aren't big fans of vet visits, because the only time they go in a carrier or in the car or even to a new place is at the vet clinic. So another thing we teach in Kitten Kindergarten is for them to love their carrier and to love travel. We also harness train them so they go for walks and are more comfortable to experiencing lots of different things outside. Like my cats go to the park and it's awesome, and yours can too.
I love that. So some tools that my listeners might want to have, you mentioned wand toys, you mentioned cat carriers, and you mentioned harnesses. Are there any other tools or items that my listeners could maybe get to help their cat learn these things?
I'm definitely a big fan of clicker training cats, which is something I also do in Kitten Kindergarten. So everyone's familiar with people training dogs and other species, but cats love to be clicker trained too. And there's a lot of great resources out there about clicker training kittens and cats. And you can teach them everything from high-fiving to agility, or, for example, you can use a clicker to help them experience other things more positively. So handling or going to a mat. So For example, when someone comes in the door, they go to a mat instead of door dashing. So I think learning a little bit more about clicker training in cats, which there's a lot of great resources out there, can be really helpful too.
Okay, so I want to take a quick break and come back and outline what a day in the life of Kitten Kindergarten is like with Tabitha. We'll be right back. Hi, this is Dr. Catherine Prim, and I would like to make you aware of some products that I've discovered. Dr. Elsie's Pet Products. So you all know that I have a cat named Scamper, and Scamper is a little bit sensitive. So I have to choose sort of special stuff for Scamper. Dr. Elsie's Ultra Litter has been kind of a godsend for us. It's made with clean ingredients and it's low on dust, so it sort of addresses the needs that Scamper personally has. You can feel really good about choosing Dr. Elsie's Pet Products because they're veterinarian formulated and they're tested. So they combine science and the love for pets to meet the needs of even the most sensitive pets like my Scamper. Here's the really good news. You can get a rebate. Dr. Elsie's will pay you up to $20 for your first bag of Ultra Litter or any Dr. Elsie's litter by visiting drelseys.com/Dr. Cat. That's DRELSEYS.com/Dr. Cat, which is DRKAT. So check it out, give it a try, and get up to $20 back.
Let's talk pets
Let's talk pets
on Pet Life Radio.
Pet Life Radio.
PetLifeRadio.com.
Welcome back to 9 Lives with Dr. Cat on Pet Life Radio. We are exposing all of my listeners to a kind of a novel idea called Kitten Kindergarten, a way to make your kitten happy and healthy, well-adjusted. It's like raising a child in a really positive way. And I want to talk with Tabitha a little more about, what is a typical class in Kitten Kindergarten?
So a typical class in Kitten Kindergarten is we always start the day. Each cat we have playpens throughout the classroom, but we also have the kittens in their carriers, and they've already, prior to the class even starting, we've worked with the caregivers to teach their cats to love the carrier. So they may be just relaxing in their carrier or in a playpen. And I usually start the class by talking to the parents about just some basic kitten behavior. So, hey, kittens love to scratch these things. This is why. This is how to prevent destructive scratching and all those fun things. And then we usually have a handling station, a play station, and then a clicker training station. Because generally in a class, there's about 5 to 7 kittens, and I have a lovely assistant helping usually. And during the play station, we have a large area of cat tunnels, paper bags, cat trees. I have some stuffed dogs that look pretty realistic, as well as like wheelchairs, just some random things. And we supervise the kittens playing with each other. And the supervision is really important because we really want to make sure that everything is positive. And if one of the kittens are showing some signs of fear or stress, we can redirect them to somewhere else to give them a break so we can keep it positive. But this way, the kittens are learning how to check out new stuff, wheelchairs, all that fun stuff. And then the owners are learning how to appropriately play with the kittens, but the kittens are also learning how to play with other kittens. And then I also have well-socialized adult cats in the class who just get to chill and watch them and play with them as well. So that's a lot of what's happening in the PlayStation. And then sometimes I'll have 3 to 5-year-olds, so smaller children, walk through the class, dogs walk through the class. So again, just different things to slowly expose them to while they're playing. And then we'll take them 15 to 20 minutes in each station. So then we might go to the handling station where they get to learn about how fun medications are and how fun handling and exams are, because as a veterinary technician, seeing cats who are stressed out at the vet is something, unfortunately, that is fairly common. And it doesn't have to be that way. So we help these kittens get experienced with ear exams, mouth exams, getting medications, all that fun medical related stuff. And then at the training station, we start to teach them how to sit, how to target, which a target is where they use their nose to touch your finger, and you can have them follow your hand or come to your hand to, like, if your kitten's getting into something and you're like, oh gosh, I really don't want them to go in there, you could teach them a target, And then instead of saying stop or yelling, which can sometimes startle the kitten and result in some things we don't want, you could just say touch and have the kitten come to you, kind of like you saying your kitten's or kid's name. So we break down each station and each kitten has a chance to go through that. And then we come back together at the end and the caregivers get to ask me any questions. And usually in this time, the kittens are kind of just running around, checking out the room. And me and my assistant and some others are observing them as we talk to the clients. Because at this point, the kittens are comfortable with just kind of running around and checking things out and being the inquisitive, adorable things they are.
That sounds so awesome, because I think as a kind of a side effect, you also get kittens that are comfortable with travel. So that means that when they come and see me, they're already happy. I love this. So do you see kittens sort of evidencing different personality types? Like, are there like 3 types of kittens that you've learned to deal with, or how does that work out?
So I get to see lots of interesting personalities in the kittens that I work with. And as all our cat lovers know, all of our cats are individuals and we really start to understand our cats. But it's really great because there tends to be more than one class with these kitten kindergarten classes. And by the end of the 3rd class, these are like different kittens. They were a little fearful at first, maybe choosing to stay in their carriers at the beginning and during the 1st class, which is totally okay. But then by the 3rd class, we can't get them to stop playing. We can't get them to stop going up to strangers at basically the other caregivers and soliciting attention and saying, pet me or cut my nails or give me more meds, because we teach them how to take meds. We feed them out of syringes with really yummy stuff. So they're like, open my mouth, please give me more meds, blank meds. But they're actually just yummy treats out of a syringe. So it's really great to see these cats go from a little unsure, which makes sense, to really outgoing and confident kittens.
I love it. So if we take into account that a kitten's brain is developing during that time, and it's so important to socialize them during that time, what do you do if you have an adult cat? Maybe someone adopted a cat as an adult. Is there still sort of a plan to help make an adult cat happy and healthy?
That is a wonderful question. Yes, I have a kitten socialization package where I go to people's homes, but this is more for adult cats or for kittens who are over the age of 14 weeks, which is past the time of the kitten kindergarten classes. And there's a lot we can do to help adult cats feel more comfortable in their environment, because a lot of people feel, my cat's just fearful, this is the way he is. And that's necessarily not the case. There's a lot we can do via clicker training and play times and providing them prey and predatory outlets and all this wonderful stuff. A lot of things that we do in kitten kindergarten, but we tend to do it in the home setting to start and slowly have them start to come outside, but getting them more comfortable with people and helping them grow their confidence with play, providing predatory outlets, and clicker training. There's a lot of great things that we can do to help adult cats be more comfortable too.
Well, I love that, because I don't think it's okay for a cat to constantly hide. I don't want a cat to not be able to stand when I have company over, that kind of thing. I just think it makes a happier and healthier cat to address its needs emotionally as well. I love this. So tell my listeners how they might be able to find you, or if there are other people kind of doing this out in the world.
So thankfully, Kitten Kindergarten is slowly getting more and more popular. And there's a lot of great people across the U.S. and the world who are trying to advocate for this and have classes. So my website is chirrupsandchatter.com. And I'm also on Facebook and Instagram. And I have classes locally, but I also help teach shelters how to have these classes, and have helped shelters all across the U.S. start to implement this for, like you mentioned earlier, they started it with their foster program to help not only set the kittens up for success once they're adopted, but also help their fosters with the cats where they're like, he's fearful, I'm not sure what to do. So it really helps to give them some tools. And then you can definitely look up kitten kindergarten classes in your area via Google, because they're not as common as you would think, but they're getting more popular. And a lot of people are trying to have them, and bringing up to your veterinarian, hey, this is something I think is awesome, and I might be interested in having kitten kindergarten classes. Do you know a trainer or cat behavior professional that can have kitten kindergarten classes? Because the more we talk about it, socialization will be the norm for kittens like it is for puppies, because I love my dogs, but kittens need socialization too.
Absolutely. And kittens and cats can be trained. It is a myth that they can't. My cat knows how to do all kinds of cool things. And so don't despair. Your cat can learn things too. Well, Tabitha, it's been so fun to talk with you today. Thank you for taking the time out to come on to 9 Lives with Dr. Cat.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
So always, listeners, you can look me up on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. And if you have a question for Tabitha, you can always message me and I will put you in touch with her. But you said your website is Chirrups and Chatter, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so you could always look at it, or you could just Google Kitten Kindergarten as she suggested. So thanks to the loyal listeners that I have. Thank you to Mark Winter, our producer. And I want all of my cat-loving listeners to look into Kitten Kindergarten and go out and have a perfect day.
Let's Talk Pets, every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.